ये धन यौवन पुत्र परिजन, 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 इति के अधिकारति कमल नल जल जीवन टल मल, भजहु हरि पद नीति रे। कमल जीवन टल मल, भजहु हरि पद नीति रे। कमल दल जल जीवन टल मल, भजहु हरि पद नीति रे। कमल दल जल जीवन टल मल, भजहु हरि पद नीति। कमल दल जल जीवन टल मल, कमल दल जीवन टल मल, कमल दल जल जीवन टल मल, कमल दल जल जीवन टल मल, भजहु हरि पद नीति रे। भजहु हरि पद श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन, पाद सेवन दास रे। भगवान वंदन पाद सेवन, श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन, पाद सेवन दास रे। श्रवण श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन, श्रवण कीर्तन श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन, श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन, पाद सेवन दास रे। पाद सेवन पाद सेवन पूजन सखी जन आज्ञा निवेदन, गोविंद दास अभिलाष रे। सखी जन आज्ञा निवेदन, गोविंद दास अभिलाष। पूजन सखी जन आत्म निवेदन, 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 गोविंद दास अभिलाष रे। गोविंद दास अभिलाष रे। भजहु मन श्रीनंद नंदन, अभय चरण अरविंद रे। भजहु नंदन अभय चरण दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jai Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Over to you, Yamuna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Ranjani, my Prabhu, and Rajendra Prabhu. Thank you for the nice Kirtan. And thank you, Topaji Prabhu, for coordinating the session today. Thank all the devotees for joining today's session. Because today's two topics in the sense, because the coming Sunday, as we all know, is a very, very special, auspicious day. It's a day of Radhashtami, and also it's a day of Rath Yatra. But Radhashtami will be celebrated a day before, and Rath Yatra will be on the 4th. So it's nice that we hear more about these two festivals, so that on the day of the festival, even before the festival, we can prepare our mind, we can prepare our consciousness, so that these two festivals we can celebrate in a blissful way, in a proper mood, as an offering to Krishna. So it's good that we got an opportunity today's class, so we can talk about it. And today we will be having Arvind Prabhu as our special guest for today's session. So it will be very nice to hear from him. So devotees who have not joined from your dhams, any of your dhams, please put a message and get them on board. I can see only 29 devotees. So it is an important festival, and not one festival, two festivals. Hearing more helps us to actually do things in a better way. So my request to you is that it's already 8:30, and kindly grab the opportunity. I will start after 5 minutes so that you can get the devotees on board. I will sing a song, a small bhajan before comes. Prabhu, can you put Radhe Jai Jai Madhava Dete?
Sure, ma'am.
So one of the things also which I would like to share is that this Chaitanya Charitamrita class has been happening for the last 1 year. By the mercy of Krishna, Gauranga, Vaishnavas, and Srila Prabhupada, and the Guru Parampara. And there are many sincere devotees who have been attending, listening to the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we will continue the session. In between, of course, there are some special days coming where we jump to the different topics. So that is happening. So the request is that the mood of the purpose of this Chaitanya Charitamrita classes is to know more about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to know more about his pastimes, from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because we are living in a world, we are quite occupied, busy with so many responsibilities. Even for devotees to take a little time on everyday basis to read scriptures is becoming challenging. I think you all would agree with that, right? How many of us here in this call spend consistently 30 minutes every day to study Prabhupada's books? So I don't want to embarrass by asking this question and ask you to raise your hands, because it's quite challenging to complete the majority of the devotees who are already doing their chanting and services. I think a very less percentage really takes a dedicated time out every week, every day, to give the time to read Srila Prabhupada's books. And how many of us here are able to give a dedicated time hearing about Krishna on an everyday basis? So when things are like that, at least we can dedicate a day where we can actually hear at least one day in a week to come together. And that too, things have become more easy now, not to travel anywhere, sit in our own comfort and listen. And especially listening about Mahaprabhu, because Generally, many lectures we hear about Krishna, we hear about Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. But Chaitanya Charitamrita is something which not very frequently heard of. And not that we know many things about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. And he is a Yuga avatar. He has come personally to deliver all of us. In order to develop, that kind of a mood to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's important that we hear more about him. Unless we hear about a personality, how do we even serve him properly? So Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who is the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, he says, I have no qualification, and the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like an ocean, and I have not even touched a drop. He says that, the one who has written the book with unlimited pastimes. That is his humility, that he says that I have not even touched the surface. So if the personality, great personalities and close associates of Mahaprabhu are saying like that, where do we stand? If they say they have not touched the surface, we are nowhere near anywhere. So it's important for us to hear more about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to know about his glories, to hear about the Panchatattva, the associates of Mahaprabhu. It's such an important book. Then our appreciation for holy name and all other things will multiply multifold times, because Mahaprabhu gave the holy name. So everything becomes much more better when we hear about more about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and more we develop the mood to serve him. So this is the purpose of this class, this Monday session. So my humble request to all the devotees is that please try to join this session every week and inspire your members, devotees, to be part of this session, so that together we all can hear more about Mahaprabhu and his pastimes, and can really get to develop the mood to serve him properly. So that's very important. Kali Yuga, it is mentioned, if someone is not able to worship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then then it will take a very long time for us to achieve perfection in our spiritual life, because he is the most munificent. He doesn't see qualifications. That's why I am also sitting here, because he doesn't see who is qualified, who is not qualified. Anyone and everyone in Kali Yuga, anyone and everyone can become part of his mission. That's so special mercy of Mahaprabhu. So if this personality we are not able to, if we are not developing an interest to hear or to serve him, then our chances are very low. So that's why please take this opportunity. Okay, Prabhu, have you put that song? I'll see if Prabhu is ready, then he can do straight away. If not, I'll sing the song. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am. Song is ready.
Okay. Empa, sorry. Prabhu, can you hear me, Prabhu?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Sorry. Prabhu will take a couple of more minutes, so I'll sing this song, Prabhu. If you can make it a little bigger, come to the left and yeah. Okay. Okay. So the coming Sunday is the actual day of Radhashtami. But because Radhashtami and Rath Yatra is coming on the same day, the celebration of Radhashtami will happen a day before. That is Saturday. So 3rd September, Saturday will be the Radhashtami celebration. And Sunday, 4th September will be Rath Yatra. But the fasting for Radhashtami will happen on 4th, Sunday. Fasting will happen on 4th. Celebration will happen the previous day, Saturday. Abhishek, and the festivities, everything will happen on the Saturday. Just the fasting alone we will do on Sunday. Sunday, half a day fast for Radhashtami. That is up to 12 o'clock. Then we can break our fast, and that is the day of Ratha Yatra also. So it is a very, very special blessing that because anything we do on a Radhashtami day is many multifold times the blessings increase. And so it is so special and auspicious that this year we are getting both these very special moments on a same day. But please do visit the temple on Saturday for the Radhashtami festival. In fact, in Soho and both in Bhaktivedanta Manor, the festivals are open. And in Soho temple, they have in the morning around 8 o'clock, they have this Adivas. They do Adivas on the same day, and nice. And then after that, Radharani's lotus feet blessings we can get after the Adivas. Around 8 o'clock, 8:10, like that. And then there is a class at 9 o'clock, followed by Kirtans. And then afternoon, they are giving a feast at 2 o'clock. And then the Abhishek starts at 5 o'clock in the evening on 3rd September. Followed by that, there is a drama. And then there is evening Arati, Gaur Arati. And then again in the night, there will be again the lotus feet darshan. So devotees who could not get the lotus feet darshan, I mean the lotus feet, not darshan, it's blessings, they will put the Radharani's, we can lotus shoes blessings, we can get that night. Morning also, and then the night also. So you can see how you can get that. And so this is a itinerary they have given for the celebration on Saturday. And Sunday, as you all know, Ratha Yatra starting from Hyde Park. Then it will end at Trafalgar Square in the afternoon, probably around a couple of hours time. And then there is festivities. I mean, there are stalls, and there is kirtans and class, and all that will happen until 5 in the evening. So it's a great opportunity. I hope you would be able to come and then bring many, many more of your friends, families, neighbors, and everyone for this wonderful festivities, so they all can get the blessings. Okay, let me sing this. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite, Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite, Gokula Taruni Mandal Mahite, Gokula Taruni Mandal Mahite, Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite, Damodara Rati Vardhan Veshe, Hari Nishkota Vrinda Vipineshe, Damodara Rati Vardhan Veshe, Hari Nishkota Vrinda Vipineshe, Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhav Daite, Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhav Daite, Vrishabhanu Dadhi Navashashi Leke, Lalita Saki Gun Ramita Vishake, Vrishabhanu Dadhi Navashashi Leke, Lalita Saki Gun Ramita Vishake, Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Karunam Kurumai Karunambarite Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite Karunam Kurumai Karunambarite Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite Radhe Jayo Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Srimati Radharani ki jai.
Jai.
Prabhu, can you go to the meanings? I should have done it before, but yeah, that's fine. O Radha, O beloved of Madhava, O you who are worshipped by all the young girls, Gokula Taruni. So Gokula, Taruni means the young girls. So Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. So who you are worshipped by all the young girls of Gokula. Madhava Daite, the beloved of Madhava. So then Damodara Rati Vardhan Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vrinda Vipineshe. So Damodara Rati, to increase Damodara's love and attachment. You dress yourself in such a way to increase Lord Damodara's love and attachment. Hari Nishkuta Vrindavipineshe, O Queen of Vrindavana, which is a pleasure grove of Lord Hari. Okay. So then, Vrishabhanu Dadi Nava Shashi Leke. Vrishabhanu Maharaj is the father of Srimati Radharani. So, O new moon that has arisen from the ocean of King Vrishabhanu. Lalita Saki Guna Ramita Vishake. O friend of Lalita, O you who make Vishaka loyal to you due to your wonderful qualities of friendliness, kindness, and faithfulness to Krishna. So Radharani has got many Sakis, cowherd girls, friends, and among all the friends of Srimati Radharani, Lalita and Vishaka are the foremost. So then the last one is Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite. Karunam Kurumai. Karunam Kurumai. You are filled with compassion. Karuna. Karunam Bharite Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite. So who is describing your divine characteristics? Sanaka Sanatana. Your divine characteristics are described by great sages like Sanaka and Sanatana. O Radha, please be merciful to me. Very wonderful song. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Prabhu, go up a little bit. This is actually a song by Srila Rupa Goswami in the book named Stavamala. Yeah. Okay. So I think Prabhu will join. Is that join, Prabhu? Can you just check?
Yes, sure, Maharaj.
Yeah.
Yes, Maharaj. Join.
Yes, Prabhu has joined. So,
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Okay, so then over to Prabhu and.
I am over. I am over. Okay. Say some prayers and get spiritual. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jananjana Shalakaya Chakshurguntam Yena Tasmai Shri Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashaya Bodhare Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamani Namaste Saraswati Bhagavan Shunyavadi Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Mukam Garati Vachalam Mangalanga Devi Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashaya Bodhare Srimate Swami Oh, my chat moved. Okay. What is my face here? I see that every time when I get up first thing in the morning, guess what I see? I see my face in the mirror. So we will put it in the gallery view and see the names. I will see all the names. Vijay Prabhu has switched on the camera. Man, the brave soul showing his full darshan. The brave heart. So, oh, Thanigai Velu, Mataji Prabhu switched on and something happened. Great, Jagannath, thank you. Prema Shakti Mataji. I totally forgot your initiated name actually. Prema Shakti Lakshmi Priya. Very nice. Nice, nice. So you're in Devon, reached back home? Prabhu are still in same house?
Yes, Prabhu. We reached back to Devon now, Prabhu.
That's it.
Just an hour before.
Maybe just an hour.
Just an hour before all the touring is finished. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, Naveen Prabhu Sangita Mataji. Looks like Prabhu, like an Acharya on the top, sitting a disciple on the down. What a combination, man. What a combination. So, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, what can I say? So, Radhashtami celebration and Jagannath, both by itself is a unique topics. But anyway, like you all know, it's coming another, what do you call? It's coming this Sunday. So that's why, just to give a feel of what it takes to do and take part in the festival during that particular this weekend. It's going to be a busy weekend anyway, Saturday and Sunday. Like Yamuneshwar was saying, Saturday, the Radhashtami is in Soho, Manor. Oh, no, sorry. I don't know about Manor actually. Soho, they're celebrating. And then Sunday, as you all know, is the Radhayatra, which is the actual day of Radhashtami. To my knowledge, it's the first time in my life I'm attending in this combination. Generally, it doesn't come in this combination. It's kind of good and bad in one sense. Radhashtami is separate and Jagannath Radhayatra separate. It's like two festivals having a nice time, but this is two together. You're like kind of in a mixed mood of Radhashtami plus Janmashtami. The Radhayatra is a bit different. But yeah, so I think in terms of Radhashtami and Radhayatra celebration, well, it just takes me to the days when I was earlier started off how it was. But Radhashtami is a day where, like, when I was just saying the prayers, and now I remembered my Guru Maharaj because that's his sannyas anniversary day. So that's the day he took sannyas, 1970. 1970, Radhashtami, my Guru Maharaj took sannyas, and this is how many years now? 52. Is it? Sorry, 62. How many years? I forgot. 52. Is it? 1970 plus 22 years, 52 years. Just imagine, huh? Oh my God, 52 years of sannyas, I can't, this is way beyond all our age. All of us, I believe, are kind of somewhere below, maybe a few of you could be elderly, but it's like unimaginable, when that means what's his age then? 1949 and 70. What is it? 21? 21. He was 21 years when he took sannyas. So it's a pretty special day for his disciples, obviously, in the sense like it's not a Vyasa Puja. Vyasa Puja is different, but sannyas celebration is a special day where we just, think about, I think in the sense, we just offer our prayers mainly, no big celebration as such, but it's a special day. Riva Mataji is doing Kichdi or what? Put her on mute, man. What do you call? So yeah, so what happens is it's just Radhashtami is a special day in that sense. We get to celebrate my Gurma's sannyas celebration also. But actually, Radhashtami, it's like, see, I'm not going to go into philosophy, because I don't know philosophy, just to let you all know. Yamuneshwari, like, she does a lot of hard work in gathering the background behind every single class she gives on a weekly basis. It's not a spontaneous one like I speak, which comes on top of my head. Whatever comes, I just blabber out there. But because I'm not patient enough to sit and do study and all. But Yamuneshwari does a lot of hard work in what she does on a weekly basis. So today, I'm just being a bank holiday. I was just chilling out. So she said, "You're doing too much chilling. Just give some talk." So I said, "Okay, maybe I will come." So to Radhashtami, again, it's not a philosophy, right? So I'm just sharing my thoughts here. So Radhashtami is Radhashtami is a special day in the sense that is not just a special day. Yeah. So I think you all know Radhashtami is the day when you take when you do half day fasting. It's equal to what is that? 50,000 or 5,000? What is that?
Yeah, nearly 50,000. Like
of
that.
Ekadasi.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Ekadasi.
Ekadasi, yeah. So there's a quote of that type. My Guruma used to say always, that half day fasting of Radhashtami is the power of that. It's a half day, but it's a very powerful half day. Now, keeping all that aside, right? Now, you can do fasting, you can do many things. Coming from the Indian great land origin, we Indians are famous for doing all punya karma activities. Do this, you get that, flip around here, you get this. Oh man, what have I not done in my life? In my whole life, I've done so many pujas and standing upside down and everything because, you need some benefit. And the shortcut is this, do some puja to some, forms of the Lord and you get different punya karma blessings and do a shortcut and get what you want, the material life. So I'm not going to touch any of those points anyway. Right? You do those are something anyway, it's obvious. That's why you see, for example, Ekadasi, you read every single Ekadasi story, right? And I don't know if whether you have read, but every single Ekadasi has its own story. Okay, when I say story, it's not like Disneyland story. It is a real historical, an historical note account on what every Ekadasi's glories are. And these Ekadasi, what happens is when you follow, there are certain merits you get by following it. And believe it or not, when I started my spiritual life, I used to literally just go to the line every single thing. Wake up all night. I used to wake up all night, but don't ask me what I did that while waking up. Generally, because that bit they didn't tell in the Ekadasi story. You said wake up all night, but I will do it my way, which is watching television. But anyway, my point is I woke up all night. But the concept is, it's all punya karma concept anyway. But anyhow, as you go along in your spiritual life, you understand those things are all okay, but it's more of a, it's not karma kanda concept. It's more of a bhakti concept. You're doing all this so that it gives pleasure to the Supreme Lord, to his devotees. And you do that. And why you want to please them? Again, many of us want to please the superiors of acharyas and everything, again, so that I can be blessed with X, Y, Z and A, B, C, D, isn't it? Again, what is A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z? Give me this, give me that, and all that concept. So no, again, we work so hard to get blessed in all this so that we can actually get what? Let's ask. What do you want to get? What blessing you like? I know what's one thing, this is one thing. Devotees always come, especially birthday, man. Birthdays are the best days in the planet. You know why? Because every birthday gets a pizza delivered in the house, you see? And guess what? I say, okay, what do you want, man? They say, I want blessings. Okay, tell me what blessings you need. They say, just give all the blessings you have. What blessings do you need? I have everything. Tell me what you want. So that's where they get dumbstruck because they don't know what to choose now. It's like, standing in front of President of America, they say, I'll give you whatever you like. And they don't know, what to ask for. So what do you think? What do you think? Blessings. What blessings do you think you should ask for? Let's ask that. I don't know what you want to ask from your heart, but at least tell what the textbook tells. Let's put it like that. Anna, just checking, man. Because
No obstacles, Prabhu.
in what? No obstacles in what? What do you want to achieve? Many people have so many forms of no obstacles concept. Obstacles in what?
Krishna Bhakti.
Krishna Bhakti. Aha. Okay. Oh, typing. Someone is typing on the thingy. Okay, hold on. Get love of God, pure devotional service, Krishna Prema, devotional service. Okay, not bad, man. I think this question I've asked many times and people got grilled into it or what? Yes, love of God, Krishna Prema, pure devotional service. All these things are the sum and substance of what generally, service to the Lordships. Yes. So these are all like the genuine true prayer. And you may ask why? Why not? Why not something else? Why not why not my get this, get that? Why not that? Because the concept prasadam, yeah, well, okay. So why not? Why shouldn't be bothered asking all that is because whatever we all are destined to get, we anyway going to get as per our karma, So this is the big conversation, Naveen Prabhu. We were talking about the assignments, Now, doesn't mean you should not do your assignment. Do your thing. But the concept is you get what you get, man. You may stand upside down, like like some yogi in the Himalayan mountain, right? But whatever gets packaged to you and sent to you, only you get it. Irrespective of whatever you want to do, you just do your bit of hard work and whatever labor you should do. Let's put it like that. You do your labor, but what you get at the end of the day is destined. This is on a material platform, okay? Karma, our daily material life. But only one thing you get without any, there's no size and shape to it. You can get in any amount and you can change as, based on it is in your capacity. It is in our capacity means that is one thing which we can actually have the power to change is that our service to Krishna. The service which we want to do for the Lord, it's fully in our control, in the sense like by offering genuine prayers to Krishna, naturally Krishna reciprocates by giving all the opportunities for us to do service. And that is not at all, it is not at all in connection to our destiny and fate. That's why sometimes many of our devotees, for example, or any devotees, as a matter of fact, we say, oh, why can't you do this? Why can't we do the service? You say, maybe I'm not skilled, or I am not a great devotee, or maybe I am not, a natural speaker, like book distribution, right? That's a great thing I say, because I never distribute book very good. Okay. Because I'm very shy and I have a lot of false ego, I feel hurt naturally, sick very quickly, So what happens? I'll say, oh, I'm not very extrovert. Extrovert, you talk to people openly and stalk people and talk to them. Now, all these things I'm not, so naturally I can't do this service. But actually, that element is not true when it comes to service. When it comes to service, if you genuinely pray and put effort, Krishna gives you the ability. You may not believe me, isn't it? If you see many of Prabhupada's disciples, you are going to all big temples in many parts of the world. Forget about all the temples, man. I've told this many times. Actually, if you take all our Prabhupada's BBT books, very, very open example there. Our BBT books are basically all the paintings and drawings you see, it's made by Jadurani Mataji. And that Mataji, when she came to the ISKCON movement first time, 1966 or 65 or something, she doesn't even know how to draw a straight line. That's what she said. That is her skill set when it comes to drawing. She doesn't know how to draw a straight line. That's how bad she was. And then Prabhupada told her, okay, why can't you can you draw me a painting of Krishna or some Mahaprabhu or Krishna, can you draw me a painting for me? And she said, I can't draw a straight line. He said, Krishna will give you the ability. Just do the service, Then what happened? She ended up going and painted some form of in some format, and Prabhupada gave her some feedback, and she kept changing. Then what happened? She did like many paintings like that constantly, and she became so good. And we know how good she became. You can see DBT books. All the paintings was done by her many years ago. Then, and that's what they reproduce constantly. Imagine a person who has not drawn a straight line can do that painting. Now, this is just one example. There are so many I can quote, but I'm just giving a flavor of the ability in us is unlimited when it comes to performing devotional service aspect. Because that ability Krishna gives just abundantly without any reservation. If you want to serve him, okay. Now, if you want to have a ability so that you can make big amount of money, you want to get really good at your college, or you want to go this, you want to do that. Let's say all material thought process. Oh, my son needs to become really good. I want to have a beautiful baby. I want to have this, I have that. You just name it, okay? All these material things. It's not like Krishna will not give, but it's kind of more driven from your karmic bank account, which is your destiny. Okay. There is no right or wrong way in that, in terms of whether you get it or not. Some people say, Prabhu, I prayed so much, I did so much japa, I did so much service. Why am I suffering? How many times I've heard this story? I'm doing so much service, Prabhu. Why Krishna is putting me in this difficulty? Hey, you suffering and service has no connection, man. In fact, you may be suffering less because you're doing so much service. Krishna reduced all the story for you. Who knows what was the original delivery package? God knows, man. But you have reduced and you're going through whatever suffering you're going through. It's totally your fate. It has nothing to do with Krishna. Why are you connecting and bothering him on this subject? Focus on service and you get that. And by doing service, you will clear all the bank balance you got in your account. When I say bank balance, don't worry, not the money. Maybe that also, just be careful, because you have the devotees who will suck all the money anyhow. But if not, I'm just saying in general, the karma bank, right? It gets wiped out. Now, why am I saying all this? Because the Radhashtami day is not just Radhashtami day, okay? Radhashtami day is the day where you renew and rejuvenate yourself to really go high the rest of your year, or maybe rest of your life, in fact. Because Radhashtami, as we all know, Srimati Radharani, like, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, he used to have this famous thing. He used to say that we have nothing to do with this blue boy. Okay, our relationship is fully with Srimati Radharani. Because Krishna is too far high, and we cannot approach him directly. But we can only approach Krishna through Srimati Radharani. Why? Because as you all have heard a million times this, that Krishna accepts only whatever Srimati Radharani recommends. But here's the thing, Here's the thing. If you guessed it already, Srimati Radharani only takes whatever her pure devotee, her pure representative tells, which is the spiritual master. And guess what, man? Guess what? The guru takes only personalities who are being recommended by his dear devotees or disciples, right? So, and Prabhupada has mentioned, or my guru, I don't know, I've heard this somewhere. I think Prabhupada, I read in book maybe. Srimati Radharani is a personality, she is really attracted to a personality, to a devotee who is way down the line in the succession, in the sense like In other words, someone who is a servant of a servant of a servant of a servant of a servant, she will go to the person, the last servant in the list, and that's the person she will recommend to Krishna. That's the mood. That's the mood with which, that's what can purchase Srimati Radharani's attention. Like, who is this person? Is it one of the Goswami? I forgot his name. Someone was doing, such a hardcore austerity to serve Krishna that she herself came and put a sari on top of. Is it Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami?
Yeah.
Someone like, who has extended himself to just to serve Mahaprabhu and his mission. Okay, to such an extent it was like scorching hot in Vrindavan. Like he did his Raghunath Das Goswami. Okay, where he was not even bothered what is going externally.
I think so.
Okay, so much austerity he was doing. Srimati Radharani was so much concerned about his well-being. Okay, and not just that, he wants to serve a personality like him who was giving himself without thinking about his well-being. She went over, covered him with her sari to make sure that this Goswami, I think it's Rupa Goswami, whatever, whoever it is.
Yeah, I think either Rupa Goswami or Raghunath Das Goswami.
Who was protected from the scorching heat so that he can serve Krishna in a nice way. No wonder Krishna is what he said, sold to Srimati Radharani, because Srimati Radharani asked Krishna was standing nearby, why does she need to go and do shopping around, to do service to someone? But, she preferred to go and serve his devotee rather than serve Krishna directly. So that's why it's so important, Radhashtami is a day where, one is you get to do lots of amazing service that, on the day before and all those stuff. But it's more of, how can I just take this mood, the mood of service spirit. But again, we all do service, right? All of us do service, I think, to some extent, here or there or whatever, in whichever capacity it's possible. But again, we do service in our own way. That's another thing, because we do service, but we don't want to do it in union with devotees sometimes, because we are so advanced. So advanced that it becomes so difficult to work with devotees. The beautiful devotees, they're so sweet and lovely. I just cannot work with them so closely. So what happens, there is a lot of, when, like you've been, we all are from India, right? So when you go in a train station, when you go in a bus or something, everyone is so close, we hit each other and we do a lot of rubbing and hitting, to reach the end destination. So similarly, all these devotees, right? We all are so closely going with each other. We rub and hit each other like anything, man. Could be physically, not, at least I'm not seeing that yet today, but hopefully not in the rest of my life also. Not physically, but emotionally, verbally, many of those rubbings happen. And you know what? That's the only thing will kick us out of this full mercy of Srimati Radharani and the Parampara. You see, we will not even get a glimpse of anything. So in other words, let's put it like this. You may be the biggest preacher, okay? You could have maybe you have made like hundreds and thousands of devotees. You distribute hundreds and thousands of books. But if you are one of those friction creating person, for some reason or other, you're out of the loop. That's it. You may be the biggest in the planet, but if I am kicked out of the mercy of Srimati Radharani and his close associates, then naturally we are nothing in, we are totally an orphan. Let's put it like that. We won't get any mercy and blessings of any sorts. In other words, a plant is ripped out of the soil and thrown in the field. That's it. It's a matter of time, the plant is going to dry to death. So it's very important that, yes, we should do service, a lot of service and everything, but we should also learn how to do service together with devotees as a team, At the end of the day, it's we need to do service, but in this not be too attached to the fruit of the service. In other words, sometimes, we get too attached to the fruit of the service because my name is in the list. Imagine, we have seen this always. Now, let's say book distribution. Okay. This group versus that group, this group. Oh, this group did 10 groups. He did 5 groups, 5 books, and that person did 8 books. Now, if I say, come on, man, we all should do this. This is for pleasure of Prabhupada. They say, yeah, thank you very much. I will do my best, right? But the same conversation, if I run it against numbers, against groups, names, naturally, I'm in number 4. That guy is in number 1. I am way down the list. I feel embarrassed. I need to pump up. So I am somewhere in there, right? So naturally, when the name and shame concept comes into picture, naturally, no one wants to be shamed, and we push up to do service. Again, something better than nothing, right? No worries in doing that. But my point is, when the concept of not working together, not learning to work together as one team to serve Krishna is not there, then naturally the mercy is dropped. We won't get that. Especially, this is very important because some certain things are so obviously we get by Prabhupada's mercy nowadays, and we don't acknowledge and understand the value of it. But generally, if you see, when it comes to the element of survey, on a Radhashtami day, if you're looking for the blessings of Srimati Radharani, when this one thing is not done right, which is being a servant of the servant, or trying to serve with the devotees, just trying to serve devotees as a servant, I will be, I think this is my experience. Okay, when that is missing, seriously, the experience would be more of like this only, like I was saying. It is like the plant ripped out of the soil. You'll be dry, dead out there, feeling you'll be doing everything, right? You could be distributing books, chanting 64 rounds, did an amazing Raj Bhog, Chapan Bhog. You'll not feel happy. You'll be like, I don't know, something is missing, I just don't feel happy, I've done a great offering. In other words, the service was a success, but the operation is, what they say? Operation dead. No, operation success, patient dead. That's how it will be like. You exactly feel like that. Hey, everything I did right, man. It looks so amazing and beautiful, but I don't feel anything. What's the problem? You see? So that's why, but on the contrary, you could have done a very simple thing and people are so ecstatic. They feel so happy. That's why Krishna consciousness is so simple. It's so simple that, like you don't need to do all fancy, hanky-panky, big things flying in the sky. Not at all needed. Okay. But if you just do the simplest thing, the smallest thing in a right way, you will be so happy and blissful. But it's so complicated because no humans or no devotees generally like to do simple things. Otherwise, we all want to be the best, isn't it? In anything we do, I want to give the best. That's no problem. If I have the consciousness of, I want to do the best because I want to please Srila Prabhupada, Krishna, Guru, Srimati Radharani, and all those personalities, genuinely, doesn't matter who it is, man. It's not me. I just want to give the best. Then it's a totally different. That best is good. But I want to do the best because I want to do the best. I feel good about it. It makes me feel I've done something in my life. I feel accomplished and all that. It's okay. Not a problem. It's better than nothing, obviously. But since we are talking about how Radhashtami and the future should be, I'm just saying that may not be the best package you're looking for. You may not have the best experience of practicing Krishna consciousness. That's why people get burnt out. You heard this term, right? People get burnt out sometimes. They feel, oh man, I'm so tired. I feel so burnt out. I think I'm just totally getting exploited by these Hare Krishnas. These guys are like slogging me like anything. So many terms come out. It's purely because I've been only managing projects and executing projects. Krishna was not in the picture. And I've done the project successfully and executed and it's running great, but the element of service was missing. The element of I'm just trying to please the acharyas, the devotees concept is missing. Then what happens? The juice is gone. You don't feel the ecstasy or the bliss out of it. Then naturally the person gets burnt out, which means he's going to stop. The service is going to stop soon. He can't. That person cannot stand for a long time. It's near impossible. So that's why it's a very complicated thing in one sense, but it's very simple to understand that if we can really master this art of just trying to do whatever it takes to serve devotees and keep it simple. Seriously, if you just master this art, I can guarantee you will become super famous, and you will get everything what you're looking for. Krishna just pours at you. Okay, if we can simply master this one thing, I can just sign any document you want. And this one thing is that I'll just reiterate. If you really just simply focus on trying to serve devotees, make them happy, just be with them. Okay, doesn't matter what it is, because it's easy to serve devotees and be with them and make them happy when they make me happy. Here's the underlining clause and condition. If they behave and talk and treat me in the way I want to be spoken to, treated nicely, then for sure, man, you are in the good books. I'm going to make you happy. I will do everything it takes to make you happy. But the problem comes, right, when sometimes devotees treat me in a way which I don't want to be treated like, speak to me in a way which I don't want to be spoken to like, right? Naturally, that's where the ugly face comes out. And that's where I end up committing offense. And that's where chapters are closed. Mercy stops, right? Plant is plucked out of the soil. Time, it's just time where I literally get dried to death. Yeah. So that's why if there is anything you really want to master and move forward, you don't worry about conquering the world. Don't worry about doing big things. Just don't worry. Okay. Just to really focus on being a devotee who is just really simple and just wants to serve devotees. And see, I'm really highlighting the word devotees many times because that's the difficult bit. Forget, pleasing Krishna, Radharani, Guru, everything comes just automatic. I'll tell you, you serve devotees, they come to you. Let me put it like that. You just focus on serving and pleasing devotees. Krishna, Srimati Radharani, spiritual master come to you. Simple as that. Okay. This is for sure, man. This is the 100% success formula, which is like so obvious to happen, but the problem is this is the most difficult thing to do, because it's not easy it's very difficult to give up a false ego and serve devotees as a servant, irrespective of how you get treated, on a constant basis. It's very difficult, But if someone can do that, man, that guy's life is a success. I'm talking materially also. I'm not joking. Okay. I'm talking materially also. Everything will just fall at your feet. It will just follow you pretty much. Yeah. Imagine you have a craving in the heart. I wish I had this. It comes to you. It will come in some way or the other at the right time. Yeah. That's how powerful it is. But unfortunately, this one thing, we just lose the plot. We have so many devotees who are master in many things. Okay. Great preachers, kirtaniyas, cooks. There are so many devotees who are really good in many things, but unfortunately, it is all zeros, one is missing. You get the point? They're all good in many things, but Krishna is missing. And Krishna is missing, why? Because it's not like they are not Krishna conscious. They are doing their best they are thinking they're serving Krishna, but they're doing it when we end up doing it in a wrong way, which is like not really keeping devotees in the center, but just trying to do it in a way like, okay, I'm serving Jagannatha. Okay, I'm serving this Prabhu, Mataji. Sorry, man, get lost. If in that treatment, in that mindset, that one is gone. One is walking out. Krishna is walking out, and only zeros are with us. Naturally, we don't feel the juice. We don't feel the happiness. So that's why Radhashtami is pure 108% in that spirit. Okay. Janmashtami, okay, it's a different ballgame. Radhashtami, she is the team leader of all devotees. Okay, she's the team leader of all devotees. And if you offend the team, the leader goes off. Simple as that. So a team is the devotees. Yeah. If you don't work with the team leader will say, please move. You're kind of creating disturbance in my team. You see. So that's why Srimati Radharani being the team leader, we just cannot play with games with other team members. You know, we just need to be with the team, learn to work with them, try to serve them, really master that art of how to be with devotees, serve with them, you know. And again, I know many devotees, sometimes they say, oh, I don't want to offend this person, so I would prefer not to talk to him, not talk to her, not to serve with him, not to serve with her. Now again, that's equal to the offending, just to put it in simple English. We think we are smart, but actually Krishna knows what's going inside the system there, you know. Like you don't want to, the concept is go and fix yourself and try to work with them, right? Try to fix yourself and go and work with them. Why are you trying to mop the anartha which is sitting inside you? Okay, and then try to avoid that person. Krishna is not dull idiot, man. He knows what's going inside. So he will make sure that, okay, fine, man. You just be in your own world. I will be in my own world. Let's not combine together. Right? So it's again not going to get what you're looking for, which is blessings. So that's why segregation in isolation is not the root, is not the solution for devotees having difference of opinion. No, shaking hands together and trying to find a common platform to serve Krishna is the only way moving forward. And especially Radhashtami, man. Radhashtami is all about this. See, again, Radhashtami is the mindset which needs to be prevailed across your life, across the year at least. It's not a Radhashtami day where you do a plum chutney and you know, finish it off. Or Janmashtami day, do some rasagulla and sweet rice. Finished, man. Janmashtami celebration is finished. Okay, Radhayatra, do a kaja. Finished, man. Kaja finished. Radhayatra finished. Sorry, unfortunately, it's not as simple as that. Yes, kaja is a fruit of your love to serve Jagannath and his devotees. You know, same plum chutney is in that concept, you know, but you cannot replace plum chutney with not serving with devotees. Same with kaja. Okay. So it's really important to really do your level best, you know, to really, you know, we all work together and they see all of us goes through, including me. I go through a lot of churning of nectar with devotees in the sense of could be a contradiction, could be me being very rude to someone and I've offended someone. Again, you know, it doesn't mean that I'm right always, you know, I could be wrong in many times, but if someone is offended due to my behavior, or maybe due to the way I've done things, everyone gets upset. So you can always raise your opinions and concerns, no worries. But holding a grudge is like holding a snake or a scorpion or any animal you want in the planet in your heart. It will eat to death. You know, when you say you, I mean your spiritual life will be eaten to death, right? So I think there's a very famous story on this. Someone said, you know, you have a fox tied in the rope in the end. That's a story, right? I remember someone, it's a very interesting story where someone, I don't know if you ever heard the story. You know, like they say a fox was tied inside a coat, jackal, something, yeah, in a coat, and the jackal was eating that person, something anyway. So it's a very interesting story. You haven't heard this? You have not heard? You have heard? No? Okay, maybe I'll create the story here as I speak. See, there was, I heard this story somewhere, which is equal to a grudge in the heart, what it happens to this person. The analogy or the story is like this. A person was there who was in a forest or something, and then he was trying to, he's basically a kind of an hunter or a animal stealing guy. Okay, he was in a forest there, and then as he was in the forest, he saw this forest inspector coming, and he had this one particular jackal, like she was saying, or a fox or something, basically eats you, you know. And he saw that he was trying to steal this animal. Okay, again, this is all I'm cooking up the story, but essence keep in mind. Okay, so he was trying to steal the animal, and this inspector came. What he did, you know, that this guy was wearing a big long coat, you know, the British style. Yeah, jack and sheep's body. So he was having this big animal, and what happened? He put he hid that animal inside the coat. Now I know this point was actually there in the true original story. He put this animal inside the coat, covered it with this winter big coat. So the police officer came by. He said, "Hey, what's up, man? Are you okay?" and all that. He had a conversation, and this guy was creating a conversation, just talking, you know. The inspector couldn't see the animal was inside because he looked like a big man with a coat on. So he thought, okay, this is a normal guy. And then, but he was just having a conversation. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes worth of conversation. But what's happening was this animal which was inside the coat, being an animal which eats flesh, it was slowly eating his flesh inside. You know, because he was covering it and he was trying to talk, not get caught. And this animal was slowly eating the flesh inside. And this guy's blood is coming out. And he's like waiting, man, get the way out of me. Why are you still standing? And he's talking. He's not going, the inspector. But this animal is slowly eating. By the conversation finished, he went. This animal has eaten everything what possible. And the person also fell down dead, unconscious. And the moral of the story is, if we hold the grudge against devotees inside our heart, you know, and we may be having a smiling face in front of all the inspectors you see, which is the other devotees in front of you, but the grudge inside your heart, like it or not, is going to be eating up your bhakti plant, like anything. And by the time you know, it has eaten so much that, you know, we will fall down totally from Krishna consciousness, from spiritual life. And then it's too late, you know. So that's why it's super important. We cannot hold those kind of things in our long-term spiritual practice, you know. And Radhashtami Day, especially, please, that's the day which you cannot even think having that thought process, because at least that's the day where you just feel love for all devotees. Not one bar, not even one should be in the hate list or grudge list or feeling bit funny list. Everyone should be in the love list, and not just the love list. You genuinely want to go serve them, help them, do whatever possible, right? And that seriously is the way on the day of Radhashtami, if we really want to be blessed, you know. And believe it or not, we all just do this one thing. The blessings just pour upon us to such an extent. Yeah, you just don't know what to do with it, you know. Because that's why I was saying the example of Radharani was trying to serve Raghunath Goswami or someone who was covering on the head. That's the genuine nature of these personalities. When we just do this basic thing, which is to serve, they naturally want to serve back. That's all they do, right? And we are not obviously here to take service, but that's how the exchange works in the spiritual life, you know. It's not like Krishna and Radharani simply sitting there, thanks for the kaja, thanks for the laddu, thanks for the plum chutney. By the way, tastes good. We'll wait for the next one. It's not like that. You know, there's something more deeper than that, you know. They really give themselves in helping us in all possible ways. You don't need to go and, slog praying, man. Seriously, don't even need to worry about it. You don't even need to pray. Krishna knows even before you pray. He is the Supreme Lord. He is sitting in a Paramatma in your heart. You don't need to pray. He just knows what you need and what you should get. All we need to pray for is this kind of real love through which we can serve his devotees and Guru and Krishna. That's the only thing you can ask for. The rest will just follow. Seriously, don't need to get bothered about it. Obviously, many of us go through various difficulties in life. We can always pray for whatever you want to pray. You know, that's fine. And I'm not saying we shouldn't pray for it and all that. But all I'm saying is we don't get hung over just doing that alone, you know. There is something more important to do, things like this. So that's why Radhashtami Day, please see that how do we really get into the mood of servant and not just talk about it, but just really be living that, you know, trying to be a servant of the servant. Again, nothing really big, nothing flashy, nothing big, or nothing like a headlines concept of service. Just do whatever small of any type you like, but we are always prevailing that mood irrespective of good times or bad times. Okay, embarrassed or glorified. I don't know, embarrassed or glorified, the other way around. So that we really are keeping the essence in the center, which is to serve, you know. So that's why Radhashtami is a special day in that sense. It's a day where she always wants to bless. She wants to give the blessings to the devotees. But this Radhashtami can prevail across your life and years if you just maintain this consciousness. Then naturally, Radhashtami is just a day where you rejuvenate and renew your prayers, you know, and then you just continue the same, you know, and she is always there with us. And obviously, without her mercy, there is nothing called Krishna consciousness. Whatever we all are practicing anyway is only by her mercy, because this whole thing is prevailing in that. Just like we all are alive by breathing, air is the element which keeps us alive. Similarly, Krishna, whatever japa, seva you're doing is only because of her blessings which is prevailing in all of us. If that is stopped, it's like oxygen stopped. When oxygen stops, there's no human life. When Srimati Radharani's blessing stops, there's no spiritual life. We all will start there only, finished, everything is switched off. So she is already blessing. That's my point. But it's important we reciprocate by really being what we should be, which is to be in union with her team members, which is devotees. So that's why it's important, Radhashtami, keep that in mind. And again, I'm not going to go into Jagannath Radha Yatra because it's all part of the same game. So on the day of Radha Yatra, the mood of Radha Yatra just in a simple, because it's 9:40, right? So the mood of Radha Yatra Seva is simple, you know. It's like, again, don't expect me doing all this. I'm just sharing everything, just to let you know. Yeah, I just focus on getting Mahaprasad and just walk around. But just to let you know, these are things we generally should do. Yeah. So on Radha Yatra day, you know, I'll give you just one simple thing. Jayananda Prabhu, I know you, Jayananda Prabhu, you may not have heard or may have heard. He is in ISKCON. Prabhupada has called him as the founder for the Jagannath Radha Yatra because Jayananda Prabhu in California, San Francisco, he was the one who if you actually, you know what, if you go to any Radha Yatra, do this year if you have not done it yet. If you go to London Radha Yatra this year, there will be one small photo in front of a Rath cart. A white body, Western American body person, devotee's photo will be with a tilak. His name is Jayananda. It will be in the Radha Yatra cart, in front of the Radha Yatra cart at the bottom, it will be that photo. Prabhupada said that he is the one who inaugurated, and he is like a founder Acharya in one sense, you know, for the Jagannath Radha Yatra in ISKCON. And in every single ISKCON Radha Yatra, I don't know every single, but at least in the Western world, you will see that Prabhu's photo is there, Jayananda Prabhu. So Jayananda Prabhu is a very senior devotee of Srila Prabhupada, disciple of Srila Prabhupada in 1965, 66 is where he came on. But he only brought upon this Radha Yatra across the world, starting from San Francisco and all across the world. Now, I'm not going to go to the history, but I'm just giving the mood of his mood, how he used to do Radha Yatra. You know, so Radha Yatra, you know, he used to be so ecstatically doing the whole thing, right? Now, one of the things which really which shows the mood of Radha Yatra was, you know, he used to go pull the Rath cart and, you know, actually go about and try to sing Kirtan and walk around. But his mood was more along to get whoever strangers are standing in the street to come and pull the cart, you know, because as we all know, when you pull Jagannath Radha Yatra cart, all the sins you could have ever collected in your whole life is wiped out in just pulling that cart. Okay, everything is wiped out, you know. So what he used to do is, you know, there was one lady who was basically, you know, she has gone for a shopping and she has bought 2 bags full of non-veg items. Okay, Western people, again, it's in US. She went and did some shopping full of all non-veg items in the bag. But she was standing there curiously seeing, what is this, you know, this cart going by, you know, what is this all about? And then Jayananda Prabhu was just going along, ecstatically dancing and going, and this has been his mood to everyone, not just to this lady. He saw this lady and say, hey, come on, you know, just pull the cart, you know. And she said, no, my hand is full. I have my shopping items here. I can't just drop it in the street and go along. I can't just leave the shopping items and walk off and someone may take it, right? He said, no, don't worry. Just leave it there. I will make sure I will safeguard it. You go out there, pull the cart, come back and I'll give it to you. And imagine, and this bag is full of meats and meat and non-veg item. A devotee would generally think, why do I need to carry this safeguarded meat, which is a useless thing. But this is the mood of Jayananda Prabhu there, he made that lady go pull the cart and he safeguarded the meat to make sure it is, when she comes back, he gives it back over, and then this devotee pulled, she came back so happy. She was, very happy. I felt so happy. It's so blissful. Thank you so much for this. And then he said, take this, no problem, So the mood was like more of Jayananda Prabhu's mood was just give mercy to everyone. And he was ready to do any menial forbidden activities, which is to safeguard a meat. But he was doing all that so that someone can go and pull the cart and get the blessing. You see? So, this is something we can learn from personalities like them, where the concept of Jagannath Ratha Yatra is all about that, where we can give as much mercy as possible. Now, I'm not saying that we all go and do that, right? Because I won't do it anyway. I'm not in that mindset. But at least let's do the easy bit. You know what? We all have our Bhakti Vriksha members, Gita Gyan members, uncle, auntie, friend, neighbor, our, what do you call it? Children's friends, children's parents. We all are Indians and we have all big network of Indian friends of all these types and devotees and members. Now, on the day of Ratha Yatra, if you just take this mood of Jayananda Prabhu's, this is what it is all about. Okay, let's not complicate this Ratha Yatra a bit more than this. You just take your whole gang of known contacts, whoever whoever can come. But you are being the ambassador of trying to share this to all of them. And all you're doing is just taking them with you to Jagannath Ratha Yatra and being with them from the beginning to end, of trying to help, make sure they pull the cart, make sure they get the prasadam, make sure they see all the tents, make sure they get some books or whatever, and then make sure they go back home safe. And all you do is that, you're going to follow the footsteps of Jayananda Prabhu. And Prabhupada said, Jayananda Prabhu is a sadhu, someone who has gone back to Godhead, and he is the only ISKCON devotee. Prabhupada has said, when he left his body, Prabhupada said, this devotee's disappearance day, we have to half a day fast. He's the only ISKCON devotee, Prabhupada said. Because anyway, Prabhupada was, obviously many of his disciples were alive. I'm not saying other, obviously when Prabhupada left the body, they were all in 20s. This Prabhu left early. All Prabhupada's disciples left lately nowadays. So it doesn't mean that rest are all not pure devotees. I'm just saying Prabhupada's presence, only some left. And when he left, Prabhupada specifically said, we need to, observe half-day fasting because he's gone back to Godhead. So when we follow a pure devotee like Jayananda Prabhu's footsteps of what he has done, man, because this is his Ratha Yatra festival. He did it for Prabhupada and he knows what Ratha Yatra festival is all about, better than all of us. And he is doing a Ratha Yatra festival and this is what he did. Went and grabbed people to pull cart. Now, again, we are not, that's why we don't need to worry doing that, because that's like really spiritually, we should be a very good preacher to go and get everyone and pull the cart. But let's not worry about that. Let's take all the bunch of people we know who can pull the cart and we facilitate them from top to end. Yeah. So if you all of us, because I don't know anyone, just to let you know. But if all of us, right, can do our bits and bobs, which is check our BV members, check all our Gita Gyan members, yeah, make sure they all are able to come together, inspire them in some shape or form, take them to the Ratha Yatra, make sure we pull them, go with them, do all that. And there could be many who may not come, yeah, because life is busy, right? Everyone could be doing something else. Then what you should do? I will get the Mahaprasad and I will go personally deliver in their house. So that because you didn't come, Okay, Jagannath is coming to you, man. I'm giving you the Mahaprasad. Please take it. Now, this is all we could do on the day of Rath Yatra. If we can do that, because of you, one soul, you get so many souls are getting blessings of all types. Now, you may say, Prabhu, in my Gita Gyan, just to let you know, none of them are in my local area. They are in Antarctica, America, and Gulf countries. What can I do? Yeah, because I know many of our devotees are international preachers. No problem, man. We got something called postal service. You can always get as many dry sweets as possible, put in a post and send it also. Have you got any postal Mahaprasad from Bhaktivedanta Manor? I think postal service accepted that. So don't worry. If you are so desperate to do service, take the Mahaprasad. You can put it in a nice, that same manner style. Put it in a plastic cover, seal it, put it in a nice envelope. I love you very much. Send it to the country where that guy is living, in whichever Antarctica is. Simple as that. They get Mahaprasad. So it's not difficult in simple English. All we need to do is take the spirit and just do a simple things. Yeah, all these are simple. And if you say, Prabhu, postal service is expensive, we need Lakshmi for it. No problem, man. If you need money for it, don't ask me, but we will work it out. Just let us know. Okay. I'm a bit stingy, okay? So I don't give money very easily. But we will catch up. We have some accounts. Rath Yatra donation is there. We will do that because it's for service. But don't send any package to your mummy, daddy in India and ask account and get Lakshmi from the accounts. That is your personal responsibility. If you want to send to your mummy, daddy in India and say, Prabhu, I'm sending Jagannath Prasad, and you stuff in some of your local Indian parcels also put there and send a big parcel. Prabhu, the bill is 10 pounds. I sent a lot of Mahaprasad, to some devotees in India, and it was your mummy daddy who chant Hare Krishna apparently. Okay, don't do these naughty things. Only to people who are not devotees, are about to be devotees, and not your family members. Okay, family members, it's your job. Put your money. Okay, so we are happy to facilitate in simple English. Okay, so concept is this. Yeah, just try to do that bit on Rath Yatra day. Okay, don't go and stand with 2 hands and 2 plates of prasadama. I see many of our devotees are busy on the Rath Yatra day, focused on getting 2 plates of prasad. 1 person, 2 plates in the front. They eat 1 plate, don't know what to do with the next plate because they took too much prasad. And then they put it in the bag on the top and they take it for dinner, man. See, doesn't work like that. You need to make sure the prasadam is given out to all the people you have given. At the end, if anything remaining, you eat. If not, don't worry, you will not die because scientifically they have said you can live without food for more than 3 days at least. So nothing will happen. You will be home within 3 days. So you can go home and have prasad. Okay, so make sure you are giving it out. That's the concept on Jagannath Rath Yatra day. When you go for the first time, right, you are the guest. But when you go in the second time or third time, you are the host. Okay, you are not the guest. For Jagannath Rath Yatra, Jagannath Swami sees you not as a guest. He sees you, you are hosting. I want you to represent me and host my guest. So we need to go and serve the guest. Not sit there when the host cannot sit in the first line when the prasad food district, food lunchtime. You cannot be sitting in the first serving. They'll think like, sir, I came to your house event and you're sitting in the first attempt itself. Who will serve my family? So you need to be the guest, which means serve everyone. And finally, if anything remaining, scrap the pot and eat and go. Okay. So this is the concept on Jagannath Rath Yatra day. So make sure we do our best on it, okay? But when these things are happening, if I have like more than 2 plates or something, don't come and question me, okay? I am just sharing, right? That's why I don't do talks, just to keep it clear, because I just share stuff. Doesn't mean I follow, just to let you know. So don't question me. I'm just letting you know, you follow or not, it's your headache, I'm just following the instructions which Yamuneshwari gave me. She said, can you share something? I can share stuff, but I don't know what I'm doing, don't question all those things. So this is my 2 penny worth conversation about Radha Ashtami and Jagannath Rath Yatra. Jai. Hare Krishna. So we need to see. Oh, I forgot, man. So you got this world famous Hollywood style Oscar winner YouTube video, na? Which starring Yamuneshwari Devidasi and direction Sneha Mataji. So these are the two characters for now, but slowly that list will increase. Lot of editors and music editors and side movie effects, Hollywood effects, and all that stuff will come slowly. So maybe that video you want to share. In the meantime, let's all pray. We all can do some nice service over the weekend and get excited about it. And okay, that YouTube, how does it work? So you're gonna do we just everyone? Yeah, I think so. Everyone just make sure that you get to click it, obviously, because that YouTube works only if you click. Just to let you know. Make sure you click first. It opens up in a different window, and then you make sure you see the whole thing, and then you need to do liking, subscribing, and sharing business. If you're so lazy to do 3 clicks like this, then what you do, you tell your son or daughter, okay, who likes to do a lot of clicking. Okay, and you just tell them what to click exactly. So make sure that happens, because many of us are too busy in life. We don't have time to do clicks. So that's why you have kids, they like to do a lot of clicking. At least I see many kids, they give mobile in the hand and all they do is clicking. I don't know what they're clicking. Just make sure they do the right click. But at least you tell them, you know what, this is a YouTube channel, clicking. So we get a lot of likes and share. Yes. So finally, we will close it off. Jai Srimati Radharani ki, Jai Prabhupada ki, Jai, and Jagannath Swami ki, Jai. Jayananda Prabhu ki, Jai. So we need these great personalities' blessings. So let's do our best. And Vijay Prabhu can do his bit, which is showing the Jagannath Swami. And yeah, so the videos and YouTubes are there. Just work it out. A lecture on Advent of Sri Krishna. Yamuneshwari gave the Sri Krishna Advent lecture in the Soho temple. Again, we are always improving the YouTube videos, and be really good to Sneha Mataji. She is a young girl doing all this service amidst her busy assignment life. So give her your support and give feedback also. She likes also that one, so that she can do well and serve Krishna even more in a very refined, best way. Hare Krishna. Are we done? Jai Jagannath.
Hare Krishna. So hope every one of us got the takeaway for Radhashtami and for Rath Yatra. A very important takeaways, practical, which is important for our devotional life, not just focusing on the externals. This is more on our internals, and it is so important. And especially we are working with devotees, and it's important that many times we give focus on service, more service, a lot of service. Yes, that is important, but how do we do that service in the association of devotees? So that's all about Radhashtami, as Prabhu said, how we can, in a loving mood, they serve the devotees in the association of the devotees. We can serve Krishna. And also Radhashtami, for the Rath Yatra, how we can actually give the opportunity for many more people, in service of the Lord, because that will benefit their life. And that's why always any festival we go, just like, any parents, when they go for a program or anything, they don't forget their son or daughter. Even the son or daughter might not have come, they may be sitting at home, but they make sure that maybe they show a live video, or they take something so that the kid can get that and get the blessings. So many times we do for our own family members. But as we are growing in Krishna consciousness, that needs to be extended to others also. So that, our neighbors, the devotees who are part of our Bhakti Vriksha, and whomever, office colleagues, whoever. So that it is not just stopping with our own kid and our own family, but it's extending to many families. Then we really see a lot of mercy from the Lord. So it's a very wonderful offering. So let's take this takeaways deeply to our heart and pray to the Srimati Radharani that we are able to really get this mood of serving with devotees. We don't want to get into the danger of our bhakti, the creeper is uprooted and we are dead in Krishna consciousness. We all want to be blissful in Krishna consciousness. First of all, to come to Krishna consciousness itself is very difficult. That's why it's easy to come to Krishna consciousness, but maintaining spiritual life is very difficult. So let's not get into that danger zone. We all are blessed to be in the association. So we pray to the Lord to forgive us for all those what we have done earlier. And in a sincere and genuine heart, we want to develop that mood and attitude, not just for that one day, for the rest of our lives. So we thank Prabhu for coming today and inspiring us and enlightening us. We thank all the devotees also who are part of it. Please share this message with everyone. If they have not heard the class today, I would really request you, please share this to all your devotee friends and everyone, because this is an important takeaway for all of us. Not that I get benefited, but all others do not. If you really care for others, sharing is
caring. Oh, this one is in YouTube. Oh my God. I hope now Hare Krishna devotees see and get I think, what the hell, man? This guy is talking. Is a devotee or what? Oh.
Please do share. Share with your at least in the sense at least
don't share too wide, because it was very inside talk. This is not for the public.
Yeah.
Public, I am a very different devotee, a very good devotee. I talk nicely because you need to look good in front of public.
So I think whatever it is, how it sounds, but the takeaway is for everyone only, because that's very important takeaway. We can very easily give a textbook philosophy of what are the takeaways, but I think it's very important we follow something which is very practical. We take away something which is very practical in our life. So I think we have got a very good practical thing to follow for this Radhashtami and for Rath Yatra. So hope we all can practice and take forward. And then quickly show the darshan. Prabhu, are you there? Today Vijay Prabhu is there, so he can show us the darshan. What else we are going to do? Are we going to show the video?
Vijay Prabhu is not here, Mataji. No. I don't see his name. The participant.
I got disconnected.
Okay, I'll go and show.
Can I share the video?
In the meantime, you show, she will go down, maybe show somewhere in the middle for 2 minutes, 1 minute. It's a 3-minute video anyway. You just show the middle bit for a minute.
That 1 minute after, maybe she can tell you exactly where you can.
Yeah, sure, Mataji.
Hi Krishna, happy Janmashtami. Namaste Saraswati Vishesha Shunyavadi Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubheva cha padītānaṁ pāvanebhyo vaishnavibhyo Anantakoti Vaishnava. So it's a very wonderful festival, Shri Krishna Janmashtami, which is Advent of Lord Shri Krishna, the wonderful appearance day of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So it's the most auspicious day where we can actually remember, celebrate this wonderful day by remembering and hearing his glories and pastimes. It's also a day where we can actually see how much Krishna loves us, right? and to see that not only how much Krishna loves us, but how we can love Krishna, how we can reciprocate to God's love. Generally in the world, everyone, the mood is that what I can get from God or what God should do for me. But this is a day where we can actually see how much God has already giving on all the birds what we have taken. So it is a day of gratitude to see and reflect what I have received from the Lord. What are the gifts I have received from the Lord? And how can I reciprocate to Him?
Reality opens.
Hare Krishna.
I think we lost the video, Mataji.
Did you see the video?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was came. I think.
Yeah, we saw the video.
I think in the end it got.
That's it, Prabhu.
Does Prabhu want to comment on this anything? Okay, otherwise we'll show the darshan.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. You're mute. You're in mute, I guess.
No, nothing to say. No, show the darshan, no?
Yeah, darshan. Prabhu, spotlight, Jagannath, please.
Yes.
Jai Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani Sudarshan Shakti Jai 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 Panchatattva ki Jai Prabhupada ki Jai Premanande Hari Hari Jai Hari Bol. Thank you so much, and we will see you on Radhashtami day, probably in the temple. Then Rath Yatra. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thank you so much, Hari Bol.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.